Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
Let's go.
Oh, it is the hour of
The
cowardice.
cowards.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
I had a scary bus ride over here
Oh,
because I caught the red line and I took the Burbank, the bus that takes you to like the basically this part of Burbank, and lady was just driving with the emergency brake on the whole time. Because like
The bus?
the bus would just like screech. Felt like we were going like 50 miles an hour, and the bus was just like screeching the whole time. And then I could tell that she was trying to figure out where it was because the lights in the bus kept going on and off. So she was definitely like fiddling with knobs. And it took me like twice as long to get here.
at that point you have to wonder, what is she the driver?
Yeah, she definitely. I mean, I've often said.
But I mean, if you jumped up from the being one of the passengers and you beat the driver up, took the uniform, if you drove that route long enough, I mean,
you get to do it.
I mean, people need to get to work. So, like, if someone did that and then they kept driving me to work, I'd be like, well, I mean, I'm getting to work.
Dude, I've always said you don't even need a fucking driver's license to drive a bus in LA. Like, since I moved here, they're insane. And then there was this lady in front of me who just decided that, like, she wanted to get out where it, like, not at a stop. And so she kept pulling on the thing, and then she stood up and started, like, making her way to the front of the bus going, let me out now! I already have to walk so far. Like, it was... And that's what she sounded like. I'm also not being controversial. That's what
That
she
was an
sounded
audio
like.
clip you played. You recorded her.
I recorded her. I had it. It's going to be on Live Leak later.
Yeah. Remember, if you don't want to get canceled for doing funny accents, just record ethnic people without their permission.
Any bus confrontation that I see, I automatically hit record because I'm trying to blow up overnight. That's how you get the big clicks.
Yeah, what we need is we need to see a real death, be the first to film it, get those
Yes.
live leak traffic, and then funnel it all into the cast, baby.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it'd be so sick if you could make money from Live Leak.
If you
If you could be a verified channel on Live
a
Leak.
partner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the only verified channel on Live Leak is like ISIS. Like they're putting out consistent content every week.
Do you think it's like YouTube where it would eventually favor long form content? So you'd be like, fuck, well, we used to do really nice, well produced deaths, but now we just gotta slowly kill a guy on stream.
They already like straight up kind of do that. The production value of I've been on this for a while. The production value of ISIS videos is incredible. There's a narrative to it.
They're doing good work.
But then at the end, it's weird because it's like clearly they shoot a bunch of scripted stuff, but then at the end, a real guy dies.
So it's like Borat, where it's like part of it's real.
Yeah. Well, the end where they shoot a man with an anti-aircraft gun is real, but there's like a soundtrack to it. It's lit. There's like like editing.
Well, that sounds delightful.
You haven't watched this shit?
You got a star wipe? Are there star wipes?
No, it's even higher quality than that. Some of this shit.
So
looks,
it's like present day. They're not on like a video deck. They got like
because like
4K cameras.
the people that they're recruiting to be in ISIS, some of them were straight up like film majors. Like they literally no, this is fucking true, dude. They get like educated people who like have background in this shit to like make their videos and stuff. And like I was watching one where I was like, this looks like Michael Bay directed this. There's all these like low angle like sweeping shots. I was getting revved up. I was like, I might be ready to fucking join ISIS.
Oh, that happened to my friend's mom. She watched this like North Korean documentary on YouTube, but
Oh,
it was like
shit.
it was like propaganda that North Korea made, and someone put it on YouTube to be like, look what they're doing over there. Look what they're making everyone watch. And she became pro North Korea based off of like just getting lost on Facebook.
Most people don't realize it's like that's the magic of filmmaking. If something has like all it takes is like a good soundtrack, and you're like, they got me.
Yeah,
Seriously.
it's true.
And ISIS, I don't know if you've heard their songs. Just banger after banger, dude. Like the fucking.
I just imagine it's like it's the ISIS Saving Private Ryan.
yeah. It literally
Or like
is.
at the end, like a guy's like doing like a suicide bombing, and then at the end it just face warps him into a skeleton.
yeah, looking down at the. I just watched. I just watched Saving Private Ryan this morning. because I've been watching these. I've been watching this.
You hate Saving Private Ryan.
And I was making sure that I hated it. I definitely hate it, dude. I've been watching this movie stream. I found this movie stream online that it just streams. I've been watching it for like 5 days. It hasn't repeated a movie yet. It only plays movies from the 90s. I've watched like literally, I think 40 films in the past 4 days.
Is this why every morning you text us? You're like, "Hey, I'm watching Glenn Ross."
Yes.
At 8 a.m.
Yeah, I thought I made that call. I thought I was like, in the chat. I was like, I found this stream and I can't. Dude, it's like being on heroin. I can't leave my house because I don't know what's going to come on next.
You love a good cultivated stream.
I don't have to think about it. And also, there's all this shit coming on that I've never seen before that, like, if I had to pick a movie, I would just pass it by. But, like, oh, The English Patient is coming on. All right, I'll watch this.
Yeah. There's tons of movies like that where it's like, I've heard of this movie. I have a vague idea in my head of what it is.
And then a bunch of them are, like, really fucking good. Saving Private Ryan is not one of them. But
No.
I watched a bunch of, like...
I mean, parts of Saving Private Ryan are good.
Yes, there are parts that are good. Like the first, I feel like everyone thinks about the first 15 minutes, and then they forget that the rest of the movie is, like, very silly.
Which, like, honestly, I don't like the first 15 minutes that much. I think it'd be a more effective movie if it started later. But I mean, it's a cool scene. Obviously, It's cool to see D-Day.
It is
like-
very cool to see D-Day.
It's like none of the characters are in this. You're doing weird bits.
yeah, there are we talked
There are
about this.
bits. Yeah.
There's the guy, the bullet like twangs off his helmet. He's like, oh, and then he gets shot in the head immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we doing physical gags?
The
guy
Steven
looking-
Spielberg is just evil.
Yeah,
That's the thing is like Steven Spielberg, he's a villainous man
Yeah.
who only makes like touching, warm movies.
Yeah.
So occasionally his lack of empathy slips through.
It's funny, there's-
it's like he's painting by numbers emotion.
There's bits in Schindler's List too. There's this because I watched that because that also came on the stream, so I just watched all of Schindler's List. Long movie.
Oh, very long.
And yeah, and there's a part where they take this guy, one of the guys in the camp didn't make enough door hinges. He only made like 9 door hinges.
You're
since
supposed
6
to
a.m.
make so many door hinges.
Yeah, his
dude.
box should have been full. Well, in fairness to them, he did not listen. So they took him out. And Ray Fiennes is like, he's got a Luger, and so Ray Fiennes is trying to shoot him, and the Luger keeps jamming, and he tries to shoot him like 5 times. The gun next to him, and every time the guy keeps swinging, he's like, oh, it's just like as the gun. And Ray Fiennes is like, ugh, and he like hands it to the other Nazi, and then he gets out like a different kind of pistol, and that gun keeps jamming, and Ray Fiennes goes, oh, god damn it. Like he's just like, they go through 3 guns trying to shoot this guy. They're like throwing the guns on the ground, they're trading guns. It looks like a Marx Brothers bit. It's so funny. And then they get so fed up that they just don't shoot the guy, and they all walk away and like go have lunch.
Oh yeah, that's what would have happened.
That's exactly what would happen. I swear to God, it like plays as dark comedy.
Yeah,
So
that's
funny.
very tasteless. Steven Spielberg should be ashamed of himself. But, then again, he
Yeah.
fucks little boys. So, so what really can we expect
I was
from
going to say, yeah, for the movies. But yeah, they're probably never going to take him down, unfortunately.
him? No.
I
I
hate
mean,
that.
until we do.
Yeah, us personally.
Yeah, we're going to citizens arrest him.
We would literally take him down, just like tackle him in his home. Like those, like 2 other people have tried to do in the past 20 years, mind you.
What?
Oh yeah, so there was one woman who tried to break into Steven Spielberg's home because she claimed that he put like a microchip in her brain. And then there was another guy who tried to break into Steven Spielberg's home, and his intention was to rape him and his family. As revenge,
That's some real eye for an eye.
yeah. And he just said like as revenge, I think was his. That's why we talked about
And
this
his
before.
family is so funny.
That's why Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, dude, you got molested by Steven Spielberg. Did he fuck your dad? I don't like, look, tit for tat. Don't get greedy.
But that's why Steven Spielberg has that fucking getaway motorcycle
Yeah.
Outside of-
tries to fuck him at work.
outside of the Dome of Silence. We've covered all of this before.
We've covered all this.
but it's good to revisit it.
Every time I try to tell people about this, they don't want to hear it. They
People-
get real upset with me.
People do not want to hear that the man who produced Shrek has a Dome of Silence.
A dome of damn silence.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think he's keeping silent in there?
I don't know. I think like apparently it's for movies or whatever, like so that nobody,
so he can think his ideas.
yeah, so that nobody.
He's an
will,
eccentric. Every eccentric was just a pedophile. There's never been just like a kooky guy.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think like all the eccentrics because I was like David Bowie. Is like, no, he has one. He's got one in there.
Children, you know.
Yeah. Who is like an innocent eccentric? Well, although the thing
Maybe
is like
John Waters, but that's just because he's like openly gay. He fucks adult men.
even John Waters, dude. But he's just like the underage people that John Waters fucked probably never gave enough of a shit to like come forward about it. This is not. I mean, a wild speculation. I'm just saying like there's even like now he's on the record saying this. That scene in Pink Flamingos where they're like fucking. With like that chicken and like the chicken coop or what? Do you remember this scene?
It, no.
John Waters was like he was on some DVD commentary saying, you know, we kind of had to get the girl. She wasn't really too enthused about doing this scene, and like the implication is that like the scene was kind of non-consensual.
Wait, what did they make her do in the scene?
They have they have full on sex. Pink Flamingos is technically like a pornographic movie.
Oh, people are having sex in the movie?
Yeah, dude, people have a dog shits in one unbroken take. De Palma-esque, a dog shits into Divine's hand, and then she puts it in her mouth and eats it, like chews open mouth on the camera.
I don't think she should do that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
No, it was definitely a bad move. But yeah, there's a bunch of like
How are you going to get other work after that?
She got plenty of work with John Waters. He'll give you roles until you die.
She's got to have a rough reel.
I think Divine is actually a he, and I think he identifies as a he. I mean, that man's fucking dead. I don't know from what.
From eating dog?
From E. coli.
Yeah.
From like, dude, imagine doing that take, and John's like, "Damn it, we didn't get it."
Someone's like, AIDS. It came from someone had sex with a monkey, and John Waters like, yes, had sex with a monkey. Certainly didn't eat its shit. Good one. Yeah, they fucked the ape.
You're saying John Waters is patient zero? Or Divine was?
I think John Waters forced Divine.
John Waters built up an immunity to AIDS.
For sure.
Yeah. What a beast. What a goat, dude.
I want to see that the movie from Princess Bride, but it's just John Waters and AIDS.
Wait, the movie, what?
The Princess Bride, where he builds up the immunity to iocane powder.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's John Waters and his enemy both like getting fucked in the ass.
Yeah. John Waters just like he just like takes a load to the face. He's like, inconceivable. Oh my god.
Ugh, man.
What a beast. How have you been?
I've been all right. I finished Sopranos, started watching Mad Men, and wouldn't you know it, those guys are also
They're
me.
just like you.
They're just like me, just like the Sopranos guys are me.
What'd you think about the end of Sopranos?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
People tell you it's not good. It's fucking good.
it is good. I mean, overall, I would say that like you kind of nailed it when we talked about it before, but I like the plot of Sopranos. I think could be better, but the character stuff all makes up for it.
Yeah, plot doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, who cares? I mean, the whole build-up, well, yeah, I don't care. I'll fucking spoil it. If you haven't watched Sopranos, you're an idiot. But, like, that third season was supposed to be about Livia testifying against Tony in court, and then that bitch up and died. So, like, I feel like their roadmap for the show got, like, derailed.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
But,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
But, yeah, no, I've been watching Mad Men, too. But just, like, I don't have the patience to rewatch the whole show. I've just been watching, like, clips of Don Draper owning underlings.
Are there any like how there's YouTube clips of The Sopranos? Are there any Don Draper clips where it's like Don Draper owns liberals?
Of course there are. Yes, absolutely. Except what's funny is like they're all like hilariously misquoted. Like the clip that's huge is Don Draper saying to that guy, "I don't think about you at all." And everyone's like, "That's how you fucking own somebody." It's like if you watch the episode, the whole point of that episode. Have you watched Mad Men before?
I've watched most of it before.
Do you know what I'm talking
what
about?
season is this roughly?
I definitely don't remember.
Is it in the first two?
I'm
I'm on season 2 right now. I mean, I watched the first like 4 or 5 seasons in high school, but
Yeah.
then I never finished it.
Never
so-
mind. This isn't even worth. I don't want to spoil it for you. Yeah, it's good though. Don Draper owning the fucking libs.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sick. My favorite Sopranos clip is just Tony and there's a YouTube video called like Tony and Company talking about black guys.
Yeah, Italians on the internet, so good.
Dude.
We loved infiltrating. There were various like South Philly Italian Facebook groups,
Nice.
and they were just a hoot to join and just post whatever. Because like the admins in the group didn't know how to really use Facebook that well, so they couldn't really ban you. They just like comment and be like, "Please don't post that."
Oh, how do I get this off?
It's all just like 70-year-old Italian guys. I remember this one time we posted a photo of Lemaire with a gun. And so it's just Lemaire holding a gun, but like black and white. And then I think Byrne is the one who posted it, but it was just like, "Rest in peace, my adopted Italian brother, Blackie. He was the most Italian member of my family, even if he was adopted and retarded. Please rest in peace, Blackie."
Dude, I'm sure
And everyone's commenting like, "Rest in peace, Blackie."
Dude, fucking old, like 60-year-old wops on Facebook are so funny.
It's like all who's on Facebook.
That's
now.
that's like Facebook has been overtaken.
It's a fucking WAP party on there.
It's basically like Facebook basically got Planet of the Apes, but by old Italians. Where like, like if you had like imagine like you hadn't like logged into Facebook like you like what like the last time you used it was in high school. You're like, I'm gonna get back on Facebook and like check out my friends, and it's just like just monkeys. It's just like fucking. It's just a completely new society that's
Yeah.
completely surpassed.
It's just fucking. It's like Dago Trump supporters. That fucking rules.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and there's Italian Instagrams. That's fun.
I don't follow Italian Instagram.
There's just like 50-year-old Jersey dudes who like are trying to be inspirational, but it's like,
Oh, yeah.
but it's dudes who watch The Sopranos and like even more than us are like, "That's fucking me, dude.
Yeah,
That's-
he's cool.
It's me and my boys." Tony was right to not let Meadow date the black.
Yeah.
Like those guys, they're on Instagram like, "You gotta believe in yourself. Don't stop DJing."
Dude, I think that might be our generation might jump ship. Actually, that's insane. It's way too easy to make money being like an influencer. But maybe in like the next 30 years as social media just becomes like totally encroached upon by like just exactly that, like old corny people, maybe we'll be like, fuck this.
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah,
I haven't been
that's
on in a
true.
week. I feel so good.
Everybody's been asking me. I saw Karina last night and she was like, I hope Brendan went to the show. We couldn't reach him.
Oh yeah, I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is like, there's no like set procedure for how to contact people anymore, other than like just Facebook. Which like I have Messenger, but a lot of people don't know that if you don't have a Facebook, you can be on Messenger, so they don't even think to
Right, that's true.
message me.
Do you think about it? There was a time when you used to be able to just like pick up a ringing payphone and it was always for you.
That
Times
is
have-
true.
Times have really changed.
It used to be you sat there at the lunch counter, you plunked down your 50 cents for a pastrami sandwich, and they brought you a phone on a silver platter, and they said, "Sir, you have a call." And you call, and it's the hospital, and they say, "It's a boy." And you say, "Good, I'll be there after lunch."
Yeah.
And then you continue watching the Browns. The football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. What else would it be? Tyler, you think you're watching Tyler Perry's The Browns or whatever? Is that a Tyler Perry show or did I just say something wicked racist?
I am positive that is not a Tyler Perry
I
show.
think it is. Hang on.
The Browns?
The Browns is definitely a Tyler Perry show. Listen to me. I almost called it The Brown Family. Like I was mixing it up with The Proud Family.
It's the Indian Proud Family.
Hang on. I'm about to totally exonerate myself. Hang on.
Total exaggeration.
Ah, shit. Hang on.
There's
Yes, yeah. Tyler Perry's The Browns. Meet the Browns.
what would
Called
they call
Meet the Browns.
I think they should have called it something different, if you ask me.
That's the name. It's Downtown Leroy Brown. That's the name of the main character. After Isaac, it's like, Tyler Perry, how the fuck are you going to name your main character after a Jim Croce song? I have always said Tyler Perry is like if a black guy did blackface. And I
That
think
makes
that's
sense.
true.
Do you think Tyler Perry is trans?
No, because he killed Medea.
He did?
He put her to rest.
Oh, that character's done?
She's not coming back, and he literally killed her.
Well, then what's he doing now?
I think he's trying to break into more like serious stuff. I don't know. He's putting on his plays. Actually,
bet
yeah,
he's
maybe he's trans.
I bet he still puts on the... I think this is a Wachowski situation.
What is it? Now, wait a minute.
Next... Okay.
I know. What do you mean? I think this is a Wachowski situation. Because I understand that the Wachowskis are trans, but how does the Wachowski situation relate to putting on? Explain it to me.
Well, in the same way that like The Matrix had somewhat trans themes in retrospect.
Does it?
In the movie, yeah, you know, like picking the pill.
Oh.
It's, like entering into a new perception.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess that's true. But
I
then
mean,
why wouldn't, if the Matrix was all about being
But then they
trans?
slowly become trans. So what I'm saying is that
Wait, they become trans in the Matrix?
no, the directors.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is that Tyler Perry, I think, like set photos are gonna leak of him dressed as Medea on a film set.
Just directing as
And
Medea?
well, people are gonna be like, "Yes, he's coming out with a new Medea movie," and then it's just like he was just directing like the new Harriet Tubman movie or something. And
Yeah.
people are
Is
like,
there a new Harriet Tubman movie?
It's coming. I think it's being made. People are just like, "Oh, is he just wearing that to direct?" He's just sitting there in the canvas chair, full Medea.
I mean, if he's doing that, it's not even Medea. He's not. That's not even like a secret. That's definitely gonna leak. If he can't, you can't show up to a set of like 100 people and be like, all right, now don't tell anybody about this.
I don't know. Maybe he'll do it Bruce Jenner style. Like, do you remember when there were news articles that were just like Bruce Jenner was spotted with painted nails?
Yeah, Bruce Jenner was like trying out. He was doing it piecemeal.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like seeing how it. Yeah, he got
Look,
lip filler.
just jump into the pool. What are you gonna dip your toe in?
I think that when it comes to transition surgery, you literally cannot just jump into the pool. You can't get it all at once. That's probably very dangerous.
No, well, that's what I'm gonna do when I go trans. I'm gonna go into the hospital. I'm gonna have them completely remove my blood and replace it with liquid estrogen.
Give me 1,000 cc's of hormones
Give me
now.
1,000 cc's of hormones.
Mr. Crick, you need to take this over like, a 16-week period. No, give them the whole, like somehow you overdose on hormones.
Yeah.
You just take the whole bottle.
I die, and then at my open casket, they can't close it because my tits are too big. I just have great tits. They're slamming down the casket.
It's just like he died from taking it. It's like, how did the hormones kill him? It's like the hormones didn't kill him. He choked on the pills. The pills got lodged in his throat. God damn, dude.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Now that's what I call riffing. I would love to do a commercial that's us like selling a compilation of our best riffs.
dude, us selling anything is not going to happen. I think that we just sealed that deal 30 seconds ago.
That's true. No, but I mean, just like one of those commercials where all the lists of the riffs are going up, and then one of them's yellow, and then like a
Oh yeah.
a hazy image of you comes in. You're just like, what if the Looney Tunes was black guys? Damn! It's like, listen to all your favorite Coward bits.
We should have done that. We kind of did that. We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Next compilation episode we do, we'll just call it. Now that's what I call riffs.
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll steal the art, and then we'll rent ad space on like local television
Oh yeah, at like 3 a.m.
at 3 a.m.
between like Life Alert infomercials.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fucking sick. They used to run that on like PBS. PBS used to like run like weird, because this was truly like before iPods. I remember like, do you want a 3 CD set of like popular songs from the 80s? It'll only cost you $299. Like.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, dude, and it would be like some like fucking Bob Ross and Jane Goodall like urging you.
I remember one time I called in. It was like the whatever anniversary of Motown,
Yeah, that's right.
and there's this commercial for like the box set or whatever, and it's like, call in the next 10 minutes and you will get it for a better price or whatever. And I was like blackout drunk, and I called in. I was like, hello, I've been drinking and I have a question about your product. And they were like, yes, sir. And I was like, well, I was watching it on DVR and it said call in the next 10 minutes. So is that 10 minutes from when I see it or 10 minutes from when it airs?
Right.
And the guy's just like, it's 10 minutes from when you see it, I guess. Like, literally
That's
doesn't-
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing. When you see it is when it airs.
No, it was DVR'd.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right.
I was watching something DVR'd, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Now I have a question. Now that doesn't seem like the best way to do business to me if you're trying to make a profit. Are you guys doing okay?
Jesus Christ, Brendan.
The guy was like laughing. He's like, yeah, Time Life Warner is doing okay, man.
Dude, we used to do that to like the religious. There was like a religious channel, and they would run a lot of the majority of their daytime programming. Sometimes we get off school early. I'd go over to my friend Bruce's house, and they would just like sell like massively overpriced like religious trinkets. And I would always like call these women on the line and ask him if like I could. I'm like, now are these rosary beads sturdy enough to hang myself with? We would like ask him shit like that. I would ask him that like if I could like it would just, and I would like it wasn't even that funny, but
No, I mean prank calls aren't that funny.
prank calls are never that funny because the woman would just be like, well, why would you just sound like a nasty man, and I would hang up. I was like, I got her, dude.
Just crying.
Yeah.
I got her.
No, like laughing, just like, oh, like I said one naughty thing and then hung up immediately. I really we would stay on the line for like 10 minutes just to get like some 60-year-old woman at the call center and then ask just like if we could shove the porcelain angels up our butts. And she would just go, that is inappropriate. She'd just say like nothing even that outrageous. It's so funny to fucking being a kid is so stupid.
That's funny, like when you're at a job, you're allowed to pretend to be like incensed by swearing.
Oh yeah.
I remember Mike O'Donnell. You know him, comic?
No, maybe
Okay.
I've seen him on
PA
social
comic.
media.
I remember one time we were at like McDonald's and he got thrown out of the McDonald's for ordering a McGangbang.
Oh
They
yeah.
were like trying to accuse him of being a sex criminal and like saying
Oh,
they're
fuck.
gonna like call the cops.
Fuck them, dude.
Yeah. Fuck
That
that lady.
sucks.
Fuck that truck stop McDonald's.
I'll never forget. There was this guy when I worked at Jimmy John's. There was this guy at who he was like we were his favorite restaurant. He was like this older guy, and then like I
That's
guess
so sad. Jimmy John's sucks.
yeah, man, he was so pumped about Jimmy
They
John's.
don't even fucking toast it. Respect yourself.
Well, but you do. But to be fair, you do get it in 7 seconds.
I don't need it that fast.
I'd like it that fast, dude. You know what? Sometimes I still return. There's a Jimmy John's on Wilshire, and they were doing that French sandwich for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good time eating that. Salted butter on it. I liked it. But yeah, this guy, like, he ordered like 30 sandwiches, and his credit card wasn't going through. And it was just some
And
misunderstanding.
by now you've made the sandwiches because it's been
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Yeah, sandwiches are made. Well, no, he was picking them up, so we made them well beforehand. And either his credit card hadn't gone through, or he thought that he had paid. Somebody else was supposed to pay for it, and they didn't pay for it. We were trying to explain to him that he hadn't paid for it, and he just like lost his shit and stormed behind the counter and like barreled past my boss, like pushed a woman aside to try to grab the sandwiches himself. And as a team, we all came together as a restaurant and like pushed this guy out the door.
You had to fight a man.
We had to physically remove this man from the restaurant. This guy was like a grandfather. Like the week prior, he had come in with his grandchildren, like nice guy. But we got between him and his sandwiches, and within 10 seconds, he went berserker mode. He just turned into like fucking a Bobo from Double Drag and like just started like pushing people aside. It was insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then one time, that was the same. One time, my boss, I'm not going to say his name, but my boss got so mad at the customer that he like threw a chair from like behind the line. Like a chair went sailing through to the front of the fucking to like the middle of the store. The customer had left, but the customer had been so disrespectful to Jerry that he just like picked up a computer chair and threw it like over the sandwich line. And then he like stomped around. He went to the back and then like came back with his hat off, scratches his hand. Just like, I'm sorry, y'all had to see that. He was like,
Man, working with the public is so awful.
oh yeah, not good at all. Not good at all.
People are so rude to me all the time. Like, it's insane. Like, if I just lived a life, people would be rude to me 1% as often as, like, just working the jobs. I would go through my whole life. Like, people are rude, certainly. But rarely in life does anyone, like, threaten your life over, like, a clerical mistake.
Well, yeah, because you're between them and money that they think that they have.
They don't have it. Yeah. They never have it.
Yeah, I would not want to be a fucking
It's-
like you are
yeah.
the enemy. You're like representative of like, yeah, you're basically the face of like an evil institution to them.
Well, today this lady, she called in and she was like, I had a transfer done in like March and I want to know why. And I'm like, I don't know, you transferred between 2 accounts. She's like, why would I do that? And I'm like,
I can
Would-
think of a couple reasons.
would you like me to put it back? And she's like, well, where did you get that idea? And then it's funny. Like the customers who just like, they call because they want to fight. And then halfway through the call, you'll check the notes, and it's just a million different people who have talked to them being like, this person is very rude. Please hang up. Please record the call.
It makes me think about that, and I think about doing this too. It makes me think of that movie that I was telling you about, Buzzard, where the guy like commits like check fraud or whatever. Because the opening of that movie is him emptying his checking account, like going to the bank, emptying his account, and then immediately opening a new account and being like, don't I get a $50 bonus for every new account that I open? And the guy at the bank is like, yeah, but you can't just do that. He's like, why can't I do that? And the guy's like, okay. Like, yeah.
Again, none of this
can't do
movie
that?
would work.
You can't do that?
No, most of
The
the time.
check thing I've done. I guess I shouldn't be admitting to that, but
Well, yeah, third-party checks, you will occasionally slip through the cracks.
Brendan, it's not occasional. It's quite a bit.
Well, anyway, most of the time when a bank has something like that, it's like you get the money after 90 days of the account being opened or something.
No, so that's exactly what he does. Was he has the account open for like the minimum amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
closes it, and then opens a new one.
Yeah, I mean that you can do, but they mostly have caught on, and now it'll be like you have to set up direct deposit or use the debit card this many times.
This movie came out in like 2013, so they hadn't caught on yet.
I bet people don't want to hear me talk about banking.
I bet they probably do. You're a hated man.
I am a hated man. It's true.
You're a capitalist pig, dude.
I suppose so. Man.
What do you
Boy,
think about
would I
it?
like to do something else with my life.
You should revolt against. You should take a cue from the great man Joker and revolt against the institutions.
Speaking of which, they're banning people from wearing costumes to the screen. What about those of us who identify as the Joker
Here's my
and
thing.
live as him full time?
What's that gonna do? Now all that's gonna happen is someone, like when someone shoots up the theater, they're like, well, at least he wasn't dressed as anything.
Yeah.
What's that gonna fucking do? And also, it's like anybody dressed up as the Joker will be turned away. It's like, well, then they're just gonna start shooting earlier. Like they'll just start shooting before they get into the theater.
Yeah. Well, that or like, it's like, I don't, well, who's to say they're going to be dressed like the Joker? I might go shoot up the place dressed as Iron Man.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
It would be also the image of Iron Man like walking in like an elaborate Iron Man outfit and then just pulling out a gun.
Yeah.
Like, as you have
just
like
a Glock.
Yeah, Glock. You have like a full like, you've replicated like a weapons ready suit of armor. It's like Tim posted.
I'm going to come in as a cowboy and just do trick shots.
just like
just-
ricocheting off stuff.
just spin the
Boing.
rifle around and shoot it behind my ear.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, and also I'm not advocating anybody to shoot up a theater, obviously. But it's also like, can I also say, it's important to remember that technically nobody has shot up a theater dressed as the Joker.
It's
That is
true.
not what James Holmes was doing. He never identified as the Joker. His hair was orange. That was like there was like a misreported news story that caught on.
It's true. He was actually, his hair was orange because he was real big into Tumblr.
Oh yeah, was he?
I'm
I mean,
making that up.
that seems like that is what a girl. That's what a girl on Tumblr would do.
Yeah, he was woke, and he didn't want people to identify with the Joker, so he shot the movie up.
Yeah, dude, he just like I just get this image of him just like like Clockwork Orange, just like Steven Universe gifs just like coming at him on a giant screen. He's just like screaming, and when it finally shuts off, his hair has turned orange, just like from fright and stress.
Well, a lot of people don't know that he wasn't dressed as the Joker. He went Super Saiyan during the shooting.
Yeah.
His power charged up so much from all the kills.
SSJ too, baby. Yeah, it's like there was an Aurora mother. So let's just for a minute assume that he had dressed up as the Joker. There was an Aurora mother who was like, we don't want to show the movie here because we would just hate for something like that to happen again. And then I thought about like, imagine shooting up a movie theater also dressed as the Joker. Like it's like how embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
It's like find your voice.
At least dress as Bane.
Yeah, do something. Like don't no like
Also-
stop copying.
Yeah, also, it wasn't even the Joker movie that got shot up.
Yeah, it was the Bane movie.
It was the Bane movie. So what are people worried about? I mean, why weren't they worried about Batman versus Superman or Suicide Squad?
That's a good question. I think because that's a really good question. I think because the anticipation of those movies was this will be bad for some. Like I don't know why that makes
And
a
this
difference.
is like somehow being anticipated as high art.
It's being lauded as like an art film. Like French people love it for some reason.
The French, we love Louis C.K. and the Joker.
It's a joke, yeah. Two orange-haired kings. But like I was talking about this with
Oh, my favorite scene from the Joker, he block the door and he jerk off.
it is weird that like
And
recent
he stroke his baguette.
It is weird that like all recent iterations of the Joker, they've gone out of their way to make him also a rapist. It's like, well, this is not fun. Like, we can please stop.
Wait, have they?
Yeah, like he rapes Barbara Gordon in The Killing Joke, and then in this there's like a new, I think the comic is called Joker, and then there's a spin-off comic of it, but in that one, the Joker is also a rapist. I've read at least like 5 iterations of Joker recently where he like
Well, I mean, to
is
be
a
fair,
rapist.
it's pretty twisted.
Sure, it's twisted. But if you guys keep doing this, he's not going to be allowed to be a Halloween costume anymore. Like,
Yeah, that's
very
true.
weird. But
Do you think when the Joker rapes and he comes, a little flag comes out that says bang?
yeah, he pulls out and he's like, "Just kidding." It's like you're just confused. Like, well, was I? I mean, I guess that I. No, I think I was still raped. Like,
You're at the police, you're like, oh, give me a second to get my bearings.
fuck, man. I was thinking about the Santa Cruz Joker. When we talked about him, you know that guy.
Oh, yeah, the guy who just does mics.
The guy who does no, he does karaoke. But he lives in Santa Cruz and he just is dressed as the Joker all the time.
Which, in my opinion, is rude.
I was talking about this with fucking Daniel last night. I'm like, that guy, I have a theory that guy is the most discriminated against man in America. Because, look, dude, if you want to talk the hierarchy of things that like white people are scared of, it's like pit bulls, black people, and then way up here is autistic guys in Joker makeup. Like, and this guy has the audacity to just like walk into karaoke bar. People must perk up like meerkats. Like, what the fuck is about to happen? And then he just does a rendition of like Sweet Caroline, unaware that there's like 3 police snipers trained on him from outside the Applebee's.
That is pretty sick.
But like he must be like a
Oh,
fucking
that guy must be pissed that he can't go see the movie now.
yeah, not as himself, dude. Holy shit, that's true, dude. This is what I'm
He
saying.
has to wear a second costume over his costume.
He's like a civil rights activist. He's like fighting for the right to use the same movie theaters as everybody else. He's trying to like win the trust of the. I hope that
He's
like,
gonna come in dressed like a cop, like when Heath Ledger is just in the line.
I hope that like somewhere there's like an Italian guy, like there's just like a Green Book style Italian guy who's befriended the Santa Cruz Joker, just like sitting on his bed, and I just like maybe all Jokers ain't the same.
Well, here's my thinking: is like him dressing like the Joker all the time. That bothers me the same way that like the Philly Jesus upset me because, you know, that's a real guy. He lives in our hearts. He can't just pretend to be him.
What is the Philly Jesus guy?
Just this dude who he dresses like he's like a homeless guy or something, but not like a real homeless guy. It's like a white guy who
Yeah.
definitely could go to college or did. And,
Yeah.
You know, he has a home and everything.
I love white Jesus.
And he just dresses up like Jesus and he like preaches on the street and he like hugs people and I guess he collects money. I don't know. But people don't like him.
Yeah, that's not too good.
No. It's just like, man, look, we see what you're doing. Just go work for your dad.
Yeah, just become a youth pastor.
Yeah, that would be way better.
You could. It's pretty easy to become a youth pastor. I'm pretty sure that's like a legitimate
He
way
has
of
a
doing
big
this.
cross he drags around.
Oh, hold up! You really buried the lead here. So he's like full, like about to be crucified. Jesus, like
I mean, there's no blood. It's not like
right.
the
Is
Passion.
he doing the crown of thorns?
No.
Okay, but the cross.
No, he's not
is,
in pain.
The cross is a lot. Listen, as somebody who's portrayed Jesus 5 years in a row, cross is a bit much. Cross is a bit much.
Yeah, to be dragging it around in public.
What a dick.
Mm-hmm. Philly Jesus, he's no good. That's my take.
I'd love to meet that guy.
We could probably get him on.
There's a lot of people I want to have on.
We have
We're
a
gonna
decent amount of Philly listeners. Philly
Philly
Jesus,
Jesus.
if you are listening.
fly out to California and minister to us.
And minister to us. We're Christian men.
I was talking with this guy yesterday at the show because we were talking to this audience member. He overheard me talking about how much acid I've done, and he was like, "Nice." This guy also loves acid, and he was talking about like how like religion can be like kind of beautiful on it. I was like, "Oh yeah, every time I do acid, I read my roommate's Bible," and he's like, "Well." He's like, I don't read the Bible because it's a very problematic book. And I was like, honestly, dude, I love the scripture. Like, and he really started getting a little bothered. He was like, well, I can deal with it when it's like in like a Unitarian context. I was like, look, man, I'm baptized. I was like,
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, you're canceled.
I was so amped.
Paul, you're canceled, sis.
I was so amped to talk about like the Bible on acid with this guy, and the minute I brought up like the Bible, he was like, none of that shit. I was like, all right, man, open your heart to it.
Open your damn heart.
But he also had painted fingernails, so maybe he had some.
Well, I'm sure that we can find a verse about that to tell him about.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can find something against that.
so maybe that was his issue. I really uncloak with it's like I uncloak too quickly
Look.
with both of my things.
Look, it's right there in Genesis. And then Noah took an animal of each of the two genders. Each of the only two genders. The only two genders there were allowed. It's in there, I'm sorry. Maybe it's not in your Bible, because, mine's the original text. It's not this bastard's.
Yeah. It's not this King James shit.
I only read a Bible that I translated myself from Aramaic. And boy, is it racist. Boy, does it have a lot of no words in there.
Oh, fuck. But yeah.
Maybe I should do acid.
You should, man. Welcome.
I've been eating edibles recently. I think that's a mistake.
You just said that you did it and then it was bad, but you keep doing it?
But I did it again. Well, I did.
You went to AA
twice.
after doing CBD.
I did. That's true. But then the next weekend, I took some CBD and I was like, I don't really feel this at all. And I was
That's
like,
the point.
But you know what I would feel is THC. I would. And then I went to the store and the edibles were cheaper than CBD. I'm like, what the fuck? How is this?
Huh. Edibles get you fucked up good, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I need all the rest of the stuff that's in pot, because when I took these they're just little gummies of just like 5 milligrams THC, and I took those and I just felt like I was in like a hole. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Tim Butterly, I've seen him tweet this before, and to me it's the funniest way to describe being too high. So he calls it, I'm all zoomed out.
Yes. Yeah, dude. I used to call it snow globe vision because your pupils are so dilated that everything looks like a snow globe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I always feel like I'm 5 feet back further than I am.
Yeah. I hate it so much.
It's not good.
That shit doesn't really happen on it. Dude, even that's what I'm saying. Like when I do a bunch of LSD, yes, everything's melting, but I feel I have my bearings better. I hate being all zoomed out so much, dude.
It fucking sucks.
so bad.
Zoom me back in.
Please readjust focus.
I like the way it makes my body feel, and I'm all giggly and stuff. And I like.
you know if
I
you-
like the time distortion, kinda. But
Do you know if you prefer sativa or indica? Do you know?
I don't really know. The worst panic attack I've ever had on weed was indica.
I would think it would be
Or
sativa.
it may have been maybe it was a hybrid. I don't know. It was when I first moved here and I went to a dispensary. I was like, I need something kind of mellow and relaxing that won't make me paranoid. She's like, here, try this. And I look at the bag and it's called Hellraiser.
Jesus
I'm like,
Christ.
well, that sounds terrifying, but she must know what she's doing. And then I smoked it and I just like laid under my covers, just like being like, you made a mistake moving here, you're a fucking loser, everyone knows you're not funny. I just like but I was so high I couldn't sleep because my mind was racing so fast.
yeah.
So I just stayed up till like 5 a.m, like telling myself that I was a piece of shit.
Dude, Been there plenty of times.
Oh, and then it's especially the worst at this house because then, I go outside to get air and I'm just looking out at a canyon. I'm just looking out at
You're like, how do I get out? I can't scale that. Yeah, dude, I remember like the worst thing with I hate the munchies because like I will get hungry and I'll eat and eat and eat and I will never be satisfied. So I started to really like I remember there was a time in my parents' house I used to get so fucking high where like I would just the things that I would make. This was also when I was smoking weed in high school. I would smoke it in my parents' house, like in the basement downstairs, like with the windows closed. So it's just going through the vents directly into their room. They knew exactly what I was doing. I would buy it from the guy I worked at a hardware store, this like very conservative small town hardware store, and I'd buy it from my coworker Paul. And we like it couldn't have been more blatant. There was this we had this coworker Ollie. He was like this 68-year-old dude, and every time I'd like try to smoothly buy weed from Paul, he'd be at the end of the aisle going, "There goes a pusher man pushing his business." Like, go ahead,
this
pusher
was a
man.
1960s drug deal.
Yeah. No, he would literally like give me a high five from like he would like high five it into my hands or a low five rather. Try to be all smooth as he walked by. But yeah, so I would get so high. I would get so fucking high in my parents' basement. And then I would go upstairs and I would just make whatever was in the fridge. So it was like I would get like 12 seed bread, a cold hamburger patty, salami, turkey. I had every sauce from Taco Bell, just like all, just the verde, the hot, all of it, and just like toast, like put that in the microwave, and then like grab like a bag of
A
Doritos.
frozen burger patty?
Yeah, not frozen, cold. It would be like a leftover from like
Gotcha.
something that we had, and grab Doritos from the pantry, grab Pop-Tarts, and then I would just like sit downstairs in the basement, just like eating the sandwich, eating the Doritos, eating the Pop-Tarts, just like I can't get full. I can't get full. I can't. Like I would just be like compulsively eating.
Mm-hmm. God, I love that. And drinking too. I would get like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fucking days, dude. It's just you're in high school, you got Adult Swim on, you eat
The
endless
best.
dinners. I remember this one time my parents were going out of town. I was probably like 18, 19. My parents were going out of town and they just left me there. My dad is like
Such a mistake.
a fridge full of craft beer. So I pretty much drank like all the beer that was in the house. Like so obviously, I was like, I'm gonna have 1 or 2 beers, but I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So I remember this was whatever year Orange is the New Black came out. I was watching the first season. I had never seen it before, and I watched like the first 8 episodes, and it was one of those nights where like when I went back to finish it, I had to start like 5 episodes back.
Yeah.
I just blacked out so hard. But like the night before they left, we went out to dinner, and then everyone had leftovers,
Yeah.
and I just ate everyone's leftovers, plus like nachos and like other bullshit that I made. I must have eaten like 5,000 calories, and then I also just drank like dark IPAs. Like
That's insane,
heavy
dude.
beers. And it made me so sick that I remember throwing up and just hallucinating my own death.
Yep. I did that too. Obviously different drugs, but it's good to do that, I think. It's good to have like a death trip. I would do this
Well,
thing.
yeah, you ever get so drunk that like you're waking up out of a dream, but like you're so drunk that even like the like I'm still dreaming and I'm awake thing is combined with you being blackout drunk. So you just see like the devil killing you.
Yeah, yes. I've never not drunk, but yes, I completely know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember there was this thing the first time my parents ever left me home alone because I had that job at the hardware store, so I like had to stay home. They went to Michigan for a week. There would always be like a week in the summer where they go to Michigan, and I would just fucking run loose. And there was this thing where at the time they had like all this wine in the cabinet above the fridge they like never drank, and I would see my girl like every night of the week that I would go over to like hang with my girlfriend. I'd be like, I brought wine. I would just, like, we drank every single bottle of alcohol that my parents had in a week. And I remember like on the last like when I remember taking like the last bottle over there and thinking like, well, they probably won't notice they weren't drinking this stuff. And then like
You look at the bottles, it's like from their wedding.
oh shit, I don't think so. I don't think so. But there like it wasn't 3 days until after they got back. Like my dad opened the cabinet and I just hear I'm in my room and I hear from downstairs, where the fuck is all the wine? I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's the thing about dads is they know how much wine they own.
They take stock before they leave the house, even if they're just going to work. They take stock of all
They
the
take
wine.
stock of the wine. I remember what we would do is my friend Courtney, her dad had like a very elaborate bar, and someone would just take like a water bottle and pour one splash from every single bottle that he had. So like 40 like not even
Oh,
staying to the same
nice.
color of liquor, just like
It's just like brown.
just a dash of everything, so that if he was checking the levels, nothing would be different.
Yeah.
But we had enough, and boy, did you fucking throw up.
Yeah, dude. That's like when you. It's like when you mix all the sauces together at Mongolian Grill. It's just like black and bitter. You're just
Yeah,
like, "Ugh, I thought this was gonna taste like everything, but it just tastes like shit.
So we would always like we would be like drinking in a tent, and we would have that, and then someone would have like pineapple rum. So you'd like you'd put the two together, like the two between, just be like, duality.
Oh my fucking god, dude! So many ridiculous.
Maybe I should
ridiculous
just drink
parties.
again, not do acid.
I mean,
No,
okay.
that's a goof.
Oh yeah,
No,
you sure?
but I'm like I could do mushrooms. I mean, what
You
does
could,
it matter?
you absolutely could do mushrooms. Because here's the thing, mushrooms are not as strong as you think. Like you have to get the equivalent of like 3 tabs of acid. You have to eat like 6 grams of mushrooms, and most people just do like 1/8 of mushrooms.
So to get the equivalent of 3 doses of acid, which to you is 1.
No, that's not true. The recommended dose for mushrooms is 1/8.
Mm-hmm.
To really, I mean, you can obviously microdose or something, but like, so about 3.5 grams, which is about the equivalent of like 2 tabs of acid, but even then, not really, because the visuals aren't the same. Like, the visuals are not nearly as strong on mushrooms. I think that mushrooms would be very, very good for you, and they would be kind of transformative.
I think it could be. You know, I could do some rewiring.
Talk to
I would say.
talk to one of our. I don't want to put his name on here, but one of our buddies has like a permanent hookup. I think you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But where would I do them? In here?
you could. Brendan, look at that tapestry behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do what I do when I smoke weed, which
Here's
is
the-
just I play Grateful Dead and I watch Blue Planet.
Brendan, you know what you do? You know what you're gonna want to do when you do these mushrooms? You're gonna want to go
Fuck.
down. That's true for me, but every time I do any kind of drug, I'm like, I'm kind of horny right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
but
Everyone else is just one with the universe, and you're like, I must come.
but
I want to come in some
nah, man.
bitch.
If the whole house is home, you know what you're gonna want to do? You're gonna want to hang out with Dom and Shannon and Tim and Kelly and like laugh and joke with them.
I don't think hanging out with people who aren't on mushrooms would be a good idea.
It's so much fun. They're gonna think you're the best. You're gonna be doing bits. Brendan, every time
No,
I
because I'll be doing that, and then we'll get into some sort of roommate squabble about the dishes or something, and I'll just spiral.
you have to tell them, hey, we can't do this right now. No, literally, you have to be like, guys, I'm on mushrooms. You're gonna like upset me, and they should be respectful of that. But yeah, man, dude, I used to do mushrooms and like write stand up, and it never went well, but it's so much fun because your brain is just like in this analytical mode where you're like breaking down everything. You feel like Seinfeld on steroids. You're like, everything's absurd. Isn't it weird that we like? Why would I wear shoes? That's a social construct. It's so much fun.
And next on stage, Nick Aldershaw. And you walk on stage in like a suit with the pants torn off and
I mean,
no
you know-
shoes, just heavily sunburned.
You know that I did this. I literally did this. I did stand up on mushrooms at Jackpot in DC, and I just kept trying to. I kept trying to say when I'm on dating apps, I feel like a serial killer, which is already not a great premise.
So you got in a thought loop of just that? You just
all-
Pablo Francisco the fuck out.
Yes, I did. I literally followed Francisco, but I didn't even get the dating. Isaac was there. He'll tell you this. I didn't even get the dating app part out. I just kept saying I feel like a serial killer right now because basically I've spent all day feeling like a serial killer, and now I feel like a serial killer. For like 5 minutes to this completely perplexed bar audience in like the heart of DC.
Imagining you in like an open Hawaiian shirt.
I mean, I think that I had like I definitely had fucked up hair because I've been rolling around in bed prior to.
Yeah, that was back when your hair fucking sucked.
Yeah, well, no, my hair still sucks. It's so straight. If I move it at all, it just like stays like that. It's doing that. It's doing that a little bit right now.
Well,
'cause
this
I
was back when you had the straight up Zach and Cody haircut.
Oh yeah, I mean, good era. I got. Listen,
Look,
I was fucking more then.
Mm-hmm. Man, do you think that your pussy days are behind you?
No.
Like your peak pussy days?
I don't think so because I keep surprising myself.
I think I may have fucked for the last time, unless I find a wife.
Yeah,
Other than that, I can't imagine anyone just wanting to casually fuck me, even though I have been losing weight. But
I think
No takers.
Plenty of people would want to casually fuck you. I think you put out a bad energy.
I do put out a bad. Well, part of it is I don't go anywhere where there's people and talk to them.
Right.
Um,
Huge part of it.
And dating apps, I can't do that.
There's apparently some fucking bar in Burbank where like I gotta ask the person who told me. There's a bar in Burbank where like porn stars do karaoke like one night a week. I bet there's like a porn star who would see you and be like, I've never fucked that. Never fucked something like that before.
I mean, yeah, that could be nice. I could date a porn star.
Sure you could.
Me and Tom went back to the strip club, and I had a very nice time having a fake conversation with a lady.
He told me about it.
I enjoyed it a lot. It really tricks you, though. The next day, I'm like, oh, we had fun. And then I remember myself, well, she didn't, I'm sure. I'm sure that, or at the very most, she had a neutral time with
Right.
me because I'm polite and I tipped and I wasn't actively rude, which is
Right.
mostly what she was talking to me about
Yeah.
is other customers who are rude.
He told me that you talked to her about stand up.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
You shouldn't do that. You should not do
I mean,
that.
what else would I gotta talk about? She's like, she was talking about, she's like, oh man, I can't wait to get on stage. And I'm like, oh, I can kind of relate to that. Like, because I hate having to wait to go on stage. But for her, it was because it's her livelihood. And for me, it's because I'm vain.
That's true. She's probably vain too.
Mhm. Well,
Probably
I
a
mean,
little vain.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, she wrote my name down on her phone so that she would look up my tape. And while I was giving it to her, I was like, she's never gonna look this up.
Oh
I'm
my-
a fucking loser.
Dude,
She asked, she's like, what's your name? Can I look you up? I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, God, I hope Tom can't see me doing this.
if a stripper ever asked like to look up my stand up or my podcast, I'd be like, stop. I'd like, don't do this.
I mean, that's the fantasy is a person is pretending that they like you a lot immediately for no reason.
I hate that, but that's the part that I can't even get on board with because I'm so like I get so freaked out if I think that somebody is like is faking liking me that like I'm sure if I ever went to a strip club I'd just get fucking steamed. I'd probably get into like a verbal altercation with the stripper.
Well, I mean, I think I've said this before on this podcast, but to me, see, when I'm talking to a stripper, I know that they are acting.
Sure.
I know that 100%.
I hate that.
So that makes our interaction more honest and clear than most of my interactions with women in life.
My God.
Because then I don't know if they're acting. You know,
Sure.
like if a woman seems to like me, for all I know, it's an act. Or maybe she hates me and I'm an idiot and I'm picking up on the signals wrong. But in a strip club, I know exactly that she's pretending to like me and I'm perceiving that correctly. So it's the only time I 100% know where I stand, and I enjoy that.
I would like to go to a strip club and try to charm the girl into fucking. I feel like that's what it would be, where I'd be like, let me see if I can game the system.
Well, yeah, it's money. You just give them money, and they
I would.
fuck you.
Nuh-uh, dude. That's a cheat code. That's a cheat code.
Not that I've ever fucked a stripper, but
I'm
you
trying to one life Mario Bros this shit.
You just go in with no money at all, no shoes.
Yeah.
Your pants don't even have pockets.
I'd be like, let's see how far my charisma can take me. I'm just like nagging the strippers. They're like, what are you doing? Like,
they come up for like a table dance and you just wink. You're like, here's your payment right there. Toots.
no, I'd be different, man. I'd probably be like, what do you think I want? I'd be like, you think I want a lap dance? Fuck off.
They would not like that. They wouldn't be charmed by that at all.
You get charmed by that because they're not used to it. A man has come in and
I guarantee strippers have encountered any approach that you can imagine.
Not like me. I'm different. How much?
It did get sad though, because I think she was giving me a lap dance and she was like, "Let me know how you want it," and then I was like, I was trying to get her to just hug me. That's what I wanted.
Jesus Christ!
I just wanted a hug. And she was like trying to rub her ass on me. I was like, "Oh, you can turn around. You don't have to do that, baby." I just wanted a woman to hug me.
Oh my God, dude! Was this full nude? Was there like pussy on your jeans and stuff?
No, I didn't pay for that. That's like $100.
Oh, Cam and Colin went to like a full nude strip club where
I mean,
they're
it was
just nude all the time.
Well, yeah, they're nude on the stage, but
Oh.
I mean, I'm not getting the lap dance where they're full nude is like $110.
And you don't fuck, right?
I mean, you're not supposed to fuck no matter what. It's not like that's on the menu.
I heard it's on the menu.
Let me tell you, I've heard that as well, and not for me.
Yeah,
no.
not for you. You're restricted to the kids menu.
Yeah,
That's all
I'm
that you
on.
get.
You know, I want hugs from mommy. I want a nice pat on the head. I want them to write down the URL to my YouTube.
Holy shit. Really quick, how much time? I have to go do beef. How much time have we done?
We're at an hour. You want to call it?
I gotta call it because I gotta go do another podcast.
All right.
So yeah,
Goodbye.
do we have any? Yeah, cool.
Do we got
Plugs other than pre-order the Hard Times book.
Pre-order the Hard Times book. Do I have any dates? No. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, guys.
Rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up portfolio showing growth. Fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self suck. Oh fuck, I busted already. I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady. Now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it.